What was the most wildly inaccurate thing your child has ever been taught in school? When my daughter Zoe came home from her 7th grade history class and announced that Abraham Lincoln didn't actually care about freeing slaves, and the Civil War was fought primarily over states' rights, I felt something inside me crack, not because she was challenging historical narratives. I've always encouraged critical thinking, but because her eyes shone with absolute certainty as she parroted these phrases. "Who taught you that?" I asked carefully, setting down the knife I'd been using to chop vegetables. "Mr. Keller," she said, dropping her backpack onto our kitchen island. "He says traditional history books are liberal propaganda. He's teaching us what really happened." I took a deep breath. Ryan Keller was new to Westlake Middle School, young and apparently popular with the students. Zoe had mentioned how cool he was compared to her other teachers. "Can I see your history materials?" I asked. Zoe shrugged and pulled out a stapled packet titled American History Revised: The Truth Behind the Myths. There was no publisher listed, just a header with Mr. Keller's name and a quote. "History is written by the victors, until now." As I flipped through the pages, my hands began to shake. The curriculum claimed the Founding Fathers never intended separation of church and state, that Native Americans had willingly relocated from their lands, that slavery had been complicated and not entirely negative for the enslaved. "Zoe," I said, trying to keep my voice steady, "these aren't accurate?" She rolled her eyes in that new way she'd developed, where her entire body seemed to participate in her disdain. "Dad says the same things as Mr. Keller." There it was. My ex-husband Todd's fingerprints all over this. He'd fallen down conspiracy rabbit holes after our divorce 3 years ago, his podcast subscriptions becoming increasingly troubling. I tried to shield Zoe from the worst of it during his weekend visits, but clearly I'd failed. The next morning, I requested an emergency meeting with the principal. Dr. Winters welcomed me with a practiced smile and motioned toward a chair. I placed the packet on her desk. "This is what Mr. Keller is teaching my daughter," I said. "It's not just historically inaccurate, it's dangerous revisionism." Dr. Winters barely glanced at the materials. "Mrs. Chen, we encourage our teachers to present diverse viewpoints. Mr. Keller has received excellent evaluations from parents." "From some parents," I corrected. "Not from me." Her smile tightened. "Perhaps this is about your own political leanings. We can't censor teachers simply because..." I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.